Top 10 Deadliest Natural Disasters since 1990. Ten. 1991 Bangladesh Cyclone, 136,866 dead. The tropical storm had winds measuring upwards of 155 miles per hour. Though many people evacuated, others did not, believing that the storm was not going to be as bad as predicted. Entire cities were swept away, farmlands were flooded and crops were lost. Approximately 10 million people, 10% of Bangladesh's population in 1991, were left homeless. 9. 1923 Great Kanto earthquake, Japan, 143,000 dead. One of the worst earthquakes in world history, with an energy release equivalent to some 400 Hiroshima-sized atomic bombs, followed by a tsunami 11 meters in height, hit the Kanto plain and destroyed Tokyo, Yokohama and the surroundings. About 140,000 people fell victim to this earthquake and the fires caused by it. 8. 1935 Yangtze River flood, China, 145,000 dead. It was the fifth deadliest flood in recorded history, with a death toll of about 145,000. Millions more who survived were displaced, injured, suffered from loss of property or jobs, or went with too little food. 7. 2010 Haiti earthquake, 160,000 dead. The 2010 Haiti earthquake was a catastrophic magnitude 7.0 MW earthquake. At least 52 aftershocks measuring 4.5 or greater had been recorded. An estimated 3 million people were affected by the quake and death toll about 160,000. More 250,000 residences and 30,000 commercial buildings had collapsed or were severely damaged. 6. 1975 Typhoon Nina contributed to Bangladesh dam failure, China, 229,000 dead. Typhoon Nina was the fourth deadliest tropical cyclone on record. Approximately 229,000 people died after the Bangladesh dam collapsed and devastated areas downstream. The collapse of the dam due to heavy floods also caused a string of smaller dams to collapse, adding more damage by the typhoon. 5. 1920 Haiyuan earthquake, China, 273,400 dead. The Haiyuan earthquake was the largest quake recorded in China in the 20th century, with the highest magnitude and intensity. The effects of the earthquake were widespread and catastrophic damage, and most of the houses in two cities close to the epicenter collapsed. The earthquake was felt throughout a large portion of China. Seiches resulting from the quake were observed as far away as Norway, over 4,000 miles away. 4. 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami, 280,000 dead. One of the largest earthquakes ever recorded struck off the coast of Indonesia, triggering a tsunami that swept away entire communities around the Indian Ocean. About 280,000 people were killed as a result of the 9.1 magnitude quake and the giant waves that slammed into coastlines. The violent upward thrust of the ocean floor displaced billions of tons of seawater, which then raced towards shorelines at terrifying speeds. 3. 1970 Bhola cyclone, 250,000 to 500,000 dead. The 1970 Bhola cyclone was a devastating tropical cyclone that struck East Pakistan, present-day Bangladesh, and India's West Bengal. It remains the deadliest tropical cyclone ever recorded and one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern times. Up to 500,000 people lost their lives in the storm, primarily as a result of the storm surge that flooded much of the low-lying islands of the Ganges Delta. 2. 1976 Tangshan earthquake, 450,000, 242,000 to 655,000 dead. Tangshan earthquake of 1976, it is believed to be the largest earthquake of the 20th century by death toll, with a magnitude of 7.5. The death toll, thought to be one of the largest in recorded history, was officially reported as 242,000 persons, but it may have been as high as 655,000. At least 700,000 more people were injured, and property damage was extensive. Most of the fatalities resulted from the collapse of unreinforced masonry homes where people were sleeping. 1. 1931 China floods, 1 million to 4 million dead. To this day, the China flood of 1931 is regarded as the most devastating water-related disaster anywhere in the 20th century, perhaps ever. During the flood, over 140,000 Chinese drowned, 3.7 million were killed in the 9 months that followed, and not less than 70,000 square miles flooded. An area equivalent in size of England and half of Scotland, often over 10 to 15 feet deep for periods of 3 to 6 months.